All right, here we are, Pynelogs once again for the Mountain Moment show, and looking at Hal Bavin, of course, my grandfather, my dad's dad, and yeah, it's been fun putting together this part of the show. There's been lots of cool stuff to check out. We've got a whole bunch of his hand-colored black and white images, and these are all originals from that he would have done. He passed away in the early 80s. And so a lot of these were done kind of between the 1950s, 60s, 70s kind of thing. And we've got a few different images here. This one is a well-known one of would have been my grandfather's brother, John, under the tree and looking down Lake Windermere. This is circa 1940, and you might not be able to see it there, but the train tracks are in on the west side of Lake Windermere, but that's about it. There's not much else. Windermere is just a bunch of trees. And yeah, and this was just a couple of years before John actually passed away, when he was in his early 30s. And yeah, so it was pretty cool. I actually went and, when I was in the museum, digitized one of the original negative of this photo and then reprinted it digitally. And the original negative is in fantastic condition still. As you can see, the quality of the image is really good. This image was also reproduced into postcards, and yeah, this postcard actually it's a 1 cent stamp on the back side. Back, obviously fairly old. This image, another hand-colored black and white. From Jumbo Pass, about early 1950s. We believe this is George Thornton down in the photo there. A couple of different iterations of the same image, hand-colored. Both are hand-colored black and white, but they have different aesthetics, and they're done on different paper too. This one's behind glass, so it's got a little bit of glare. But yeah. Then we have another photo of, would be my great uncle John, and this is in Bavin's Bay in Windermere, circa early 1940s. And this all back here would be Shady Brook, what's now Shady Brook Resort. And yeah, this would be taken from down at the Windermere Public Beach. Hand-colored black and white. I did the same and went and digitized the original negative there a couple of months ago down in the local museum, and got these photos, or reprinted the original photo. And so yeah, pretty cool stuff. These are some of his original black and white photos. Not hand-colored. This is of the gate to Kootenai Park in Radium Hot Springs, right up by where the pools are now. 1949. And this is a photo he called After the Storm, taken 1939. And photo of Hal on the wharf in Bavin's Bay, Windermere. This is an old photo that I printed from the negative, digitized it. 1953, a survey party in Jumbo Pass when they were looking for another route or optional route for the Trans-Canada Highway. And this is my grandfather up on the right with the cameras. George Thornton, second to the left. Leo Roche from Windermere down in the front. Bev Harris, local artist for a long time. The ones that I know, I'm sure there's lots of other local characters in that one. And yeah, another hand-colored black and white of my grandma and the dog Tiger. Briscoe Birch is what this one's called. So up in Briscoe. And Tiger's the dog of Tiger Pass up in Francis Creek. And these are some of the hand-colored oils that are used or were used for making the color parts of these photos, made by Marshalls. And a few more hand-colored black and whites. It's Moraine Lake. And getting a little glare. These have glass on the frame. That's Mount Swansea. And Castle Mountain here, it is titled as Mount Eisenhower, which is not, we call this part of it Eisenhower Tower, but the mountain is known as Castle Mountain, over where Highway 93 South comes into the Trans-Canada in Banff National Park. Here is a similar photo, but not the same one. Hand-colored as well. And this is just on paper. I mounted it up on some gator board to display it. This one is of Bow Lake, looking south. Hand-colored black and white. And these are all original hand-colored black and whites by Hal. So they'd be generally at least around 50 years old would be the newest one. These are probably some of the more interesting parts of the whole show. This is hand-colored transparency, and these were on display in the Brussels World Fair in 1958. That photo again of Jumbo Pass with George Thornton. This is Lake Louise. And then this one here is Crowfoot Glacier over by Bow Lake as well. So then there's a couple other photos. This one is of Hal kind of, focusing and getting things set up on the camera. We believe that's on the Spillimachine River. I'm not totally sure. And then another photo of in the Bugaboos, of course. I think this is my dad, Pat, my grandma Helen, and Hector, the dog. Around mid-60s approximately is when we figure that one was done. So yeah, so that's about it for the showing of this work. Of course, most of my grandfather's photos are in the museum. These are all these ones are from our personal collection. And yeah, there we go.